Hello guys, welcome to Selenium with Java January 2022 batch 23 batch online training session 1. So in today's session I will start with the training and you can get to know right what is the objective of the training, what are the training topics to be covered, an additional benefit, then introduction to software testing, then why automation testing is required and what is automation testing, along with automation testing coverage, consideration and life cycle, then introduction to Selenium WebDriver, and then if you want to start with Selenium WebDriver, what are the precondition or the right environment or the tools or the software is required to start with. After the setup is done, you can learn how to run your fast test cases with the help of Chrome driver or Firefox driver. What are the different web element locators available in Selenium and how you can do the different operations on web page, browser, WebEdit Box and link. So objective of the training is to learn about automation testing concept along with Selenium WebDriver. So definitely nowadays most of the tester, they are not proficient with the automation training, automation tool and technology and programming language and the framework. So they are very familiar might be with manual testing, right? But the industry is changing, so we do not have the sufficient time to do the manual testing. So that is the reason from the customer side, from the organization side, from the different aspect, we need to minimize the overall testing time cycle. So that is the reason automation came into the picture. It does not mean that always you have to be with the Selenium. There are so many tools available, free tool, license tool, framework, programming language. With the help of that you can go with the, you can automate your test cases and you can run them automatically with the minimal manual intervention or zero in manual intervention as well. So that is the way. Here you will be learning slowly how and what to be done, what are the different thing you can right cover, what are the different interaction you can do, and how you can slowly build your different framework in the training. So what are the training will be covered from the session? So I already shared the syllabus multiple times with most of you. So here it will be around 13 live sessions. Most of the session will be approximate 2 hours. Some of the time it can be go beyond 2 hours. Some of the time it might take 1.5 hours like that. So approximate 2 hours every session. Only weekend, Saturday, Sunday, same time 7 to 9 p.m. IST, right? Where I'll be covering the different topics from today already mentioned. Apart from that, few of the important topics from Selenium WebDriver slowly, then Java, basic and advanced Java, then TestNG framework, then we'll go to the different other framework like data driven framework, keyword driven framework and hybrid framework. Here you will know how to read and write the data from the Excel sheet. Then in the last you will be learning the behavior driven development or the BDD, right, where you will be learning the few of the important report like how to generate the cucumber report as well. So total 13 sessions. So first 2 sessions will be Selenium WebDriver, then next 4 session will be basic and advanced Java. So total 6 session. 7 and 8 will be TestNG framework. Sorry, 7th will be again remaining topic for the Selenium WebDriver. 8 and 9 will be TestNG framework. 10th and 11th will be for the data driven keyword and hybrid framework. And then last 2 session 12 and 13 will be the behavior driven development framework. What are the additional benefit? So all the sessions will be recorded. You'll be getting the access to go through the recorded video. You will be getting the document for each and every sessions. You will be getting the sample code for each and every session. And once the session is over, you will be getting some sort of basic framework, sample framework, and around 800 plus interview question and answer from the relevant topic. Along with, like, you'll be getting some recorded video for more and more advanced framework like with using page object model and then Git, GitHub and Jenkins as well. Okay, so you can stay tuned with my YouTube channel as well down the line, right, to get more and more relevant video, right, whatever is really relevant to the market standard. Okay, so that are the things we'll be covering in today's session. Then we will go with the software testing introduction and principles. So before going to software testing, in case you are not adequate in the IT background, you are from non-IT background. So now in the information technology of the IT, there are a couple of teams will be there, right? Development team, then testing team, support or enhancement team, business analyst will be there, domain expert will be there, network team will be there, and definitely the management and the leadership team. So what is the primary work of the development team? So they will develop the product. Sometimes that they are not developing from the scratch. In case some product is already developed, they are migrating or enhancing or upgrading it from the later version. Then support team, so their objective is to support the right ongoing relevant product, means already product already implemented, something is already running in the production, right? And in case any problem or challenges is coming on daily basis, their objective is to support them, to fix them or to enhance them. Then testing team will come, whose objective will be to certify the product that from all the testing angles no defect or the bug is there or error is there, right? Performance is up to the mark, no security violation. So these are the kind of stuff testing team will certify before the product or software go to the production or the actual environment or running. Then the business analyst or domain expert will be there, whose primary objective is to the requirement standpoint or the domain standpoint. So there are multiple domain like retail, like airline, insurance, banking and financial service, healthcare. So they are expert in the domain. So they might not be having any specific knowledge in the tools or technology or the framework, right, or the programming, but they are really good on the domain standpoint. So they will be right, they will be dealing with the requirement, right, how it can be implemented, what are the requirement can be changed, all this stuff. Then network team, so daily basis you can face some issue like on your laptop, desktop, infrastructure. So they are the people who will support you, right, to mitigate those issues or challenges. Then management and leadership team, so these are they are the peoples who are really concerned about the project delivery, the stakeholder, customer concern, all this stuff. So their objective is to certify that right project is going smooth with minimal challenges, minimal risk or issues, right? And at the time whatever is depicted, right? Everybody is able to work in a collaborative way, and the product can be go live on time with minimal schedule or effort variation. So that is the way they will be certifying it. So before going to testings, so whenever IT came into the market, there was no agile concept. It was most of the time it was waterfall model. Means, right, once everything was developed, then it was coming to the testing team to test it. So that is the reason most of the project was failure. Right, there was a huge chances of failure, and it used to take 1.5 year, 2 years, up to 3 years time to right certify a product or to deploy a product in the real time environment or in the production environment. But nowadays, agile is the principle came into the market, whose motto is to go in a slow, right, or the modular way instead of right building the whole thing in a single shot. So that from the starting point, right, everybody can start where development, testing, business analysis, everybody can interact, and maybe right every week, monthly or quarterly they can have some release. That is the real entity from the customer side. In case customer is not able to get something in their real-time environment, there is no point, right? So that is the reason nowadays, with the help of the agile principle, right, the main motto objective is to right do some real-time benefit with short span or quick span of time. So before coming to the testing, right, there was a concept called software development life cycle. Because whenever IT came into the market, or even 20 years back, there was no concept of independent testing team or QA team, which is called quality assurance, right? Or sometimes it can be called QAE, quality assurance or engineering, right? Sometimes it can be SDAT nowadays, basically who are really capable on the automation, right? Software development in test. So before testing team came into the picture, testing used to do by developer only. That is called unit testing. No other testing like functional, non-functional testing used to happen at that time. Developer used to do some sort of testing and they used to certify the product. After that the product used to go live. That time lot of challenges came because no independent mindset was involved to do the testing thoroughly, rigorously, right? So as part of the software development lifecycle or SDLC process, first requirement used to come, then planning used to happen, then development team used to do the development of the product, then testing, then support any kind of fixes or maintenance, then the product used to go to live. And now, because testing is considered as an independent team, so testing lifecycle or STLC, software testing lifecycle, also came into the picture, where again it will start with planning, where you'll be doing that what to test, what are the way you'll be testing, what the will be doing the testing, test plan, test strategy will be created, then requirement you'll be getting right, so where it will be doing the requirement analysis, then you'll be going to the test development pages, where you'll be creating the scenario based on the requirement, right? You'll be getting the sign up from the customer or the business, then you'll be writing the granular level test cases, so that then you'll be doing the mapping the test cases with the scenario with the requirement, which is called requirement testability matrix or RTM. After that your test environment setup will come, right? You need to set up some environment where you can do some testing. Whenever I am talking about the environment, there can be lot of environment, starting with the development environment, then your lower environment testing environment, then upper testing environment, or maybe the UAT environment, then your product will go live, right? Then once environment is set up, right, you need to go with your actual execution, which is called test execution cycle as part of STLC or software testing life cycle, where you will be executing all your scenario, right? It will start with functional, then integration, regression, right, end to end, and also the automation or performance or security as well. After that, in case any kind of deviation is coming, it will be logged in some defect management tool. It can be Jira, it can be ALM, it can be Azure, it can be TestRail, etc. Where you will be regularly basis, you will be right coordinating with the development team and will be checking with them to fix the defect. Once the defect is fixed, you will be retesting them, and after that you will be closing the defect. And once everything is fine, no major offend defect is there, then the product will go live, right? So that is the way, right, software testing lifecycle also happen, guys. So what is software testing? I already mentioned before 20 years back, there was no independent concept of testing team. Development team used to do the unit testing. But in case you are not doing the testing from independent mindset, there is a chances that something might break, right, and something can cause in the real time, in the later point of time. So as part of software testing principles, in case you are able to identify defect at the earliest phase, your overall cost will be reduced and your project will be smooth. Otherwise, your project might suffer in different way. So software testing is the process of evaluating and verifying that your software, product or application working as per your requirement. As per your requirement means your requirement or your customer requirement or your organization requirement. So that is your Bible. So you cannot deviate. So in case you are really having expertise in your that domain, right, during requirement analysis phase, you can raise any kind of defect in the requirement itself. Otherwise, requirement will be your Bible. You have to do the validation based on your requirement. It involves execution of software or system component using manual or automated tool to evaluate one or more properties of interest. Main purpose of software testing to identify the gaps, error, or any kind of missing requirement in respect to the actual requirement. So in case you are able to find them, you will be racing with the development team through any software test, any kind of tools, testing tool or test management tool, and then you can interact them, you can ask them to fix it, and then once everything is fixed, once the product is or the package is right error free, it will be going to the deployment or in the real time environment, and it will be working as expected in the real world, so that other stakeholder who is using their application, right, they can go as per their need and there will be no major error during the actual run. So whenever I am talking about the testing concept, right, there are a couple of testing associated. I have tried to list it out. Apart from there are huge number of testings available. In case I am saying about the testing, it might be total 100 type of testings available. But initially, once the developer used to develop their product or the component, they used to do the unit testing to certify that their independent component is working fine or not. In case it is working fine, they will be handing over to testing team, where testing team will certify the UI level validation, right, whether it is working as per the need. After that, once it is certified, right, as part of functional testing, then the lot of components will be integrated and it will go with the integration testing or the end-to-end testing. Then there in that particular project there can be multiple releases. Releases mean developer is used to fix something or developing something, they used to do as a build, and that build will come to the testing environment or other environment where testing team will be performing the testing. So in case today something is working, tomorrow no one can guarantee that that thing can be working again, because every day, every week, right, they are doing some deployment or changes, and that changes might impact the existing functionality as well. So as a part of testing team, we need to certify that your working functionality also working, still working. So you need to run the regression testing, that is called regression, to check whether your existing features is not breaking or working smoothly. Then so once this kind of testing is performed, right, some sort of non-functional testing need to be done to check the performance testing, right, to check the different kind of strain. We can do the stress testing, right. After that, customer will do different kind of testing to certify the product before going to live. So they will be doing alpha and beta testing as part of the accepted testing. Alpha testing will be tested as part of the developer side, whereas beta testings will be done at the customer side. So that way there are a huge number of testings, right, whether through automated or manual, we need to certify before, right, product go to live. Then error, fault and failure. So what is error? Error is a human action which produces an incorrect result or incorrect behavior. So fault is nothing but the manifestation of an error in software or in implementation. In case you are ignoring the error, it will cause a fault, and in case you are not fixing the fault, then it will cause failure, right. So suppose say I'm just giving a simple example. So today, right, so you are having you already went to some places where a lot of cold is there, right, cold places. So you know that you are going to a cold places, and that might have some impact on your body. You can have some, because of you already went to the cold places, right, or you already kind of bath multiple times a day. It can create some problem in your body called be severe headache, right, cold, cough, etc. But in still you are not going to doctor places or recovering, right, it can bring you several problem. You can need to be go to admitted to hospitals, nursing home, etc. But in case you still can go to the places wherever you want to go, but in case because of symptom, in case you are going to a doctor place, you are doing some diagnosis, definitely failure you can prevent it, otherwise it will be failure. So that is the simple way in the real time error, failure and faults linked in the real time. So any human being can do mistakes or error which will produce as a defect in the code or in the software or the application or the package or the product, but the defect, in case you are not fixing it on time, this will crash the system. How error can occur in the system? So just like, right, your perception, you already went to places, you are not taking care of your body, you are not taking the food on time. So that are the reasons for your problem on your health, or maybe heredity wise some problem can be there, right, or the or the environment or the climate is the problem. So human beings are all prone to making simple human error, because we are all human beings, we are not robot. Even robot can do some mistake. Miscommunication, poor requirement, the communication gap is the problem, right. Requirement poor means QA stand for quality assurance, okay. Poor requirement means requirement whoever prepared, they do not have the adequate knowledge or they do not have the bandwidth, right, working under pressure. such as deadlines, right? Deadline, maybe in case you have to complete something within a month time, but you should require at least 2 months time. So you have to compromise on the delivery. You have to sacrifice. The budget restriction, they do not have the enough budget. Priority, in case you are working on the multiple work stream, right? So you have to prioritize them, and because of the priority, other thing might be challenging. The complexity of the technology and infrastructure. Technology is changing rapidly. In case you are not adequate to the technology or the infrastructure, it might be problem in the error as well. Poorly documented code with a proper review. So review is the another one of the important concept, right? In every development, testing, everywhere it should be take place. Because especially for the junior people, they do not have the much knowledge, right? So we need to review their work before just certifying. So review, in case you are not reviewing it properly, there might be chances. And environment condition, right? The environment is not proper, right? Suppose say you are doing some testing in some environment, but that environment is not up to date, or it is not integrated to the other peripheral way. So but in case that code is moving to the real time, that might have some breakage. So that are the different error, right? That are the different kind of condition from where error might come in your package or system or application. Then software testing 7 principles. So all the tests should meet the customer requirement, because they are the right Bible. The customer requirement, we have to rigorously maintain with the customer requirement. We cannot do whatever we want to do, because we are bound to avoid those requirements. Software testing should be performed by an independent third party. That is the reason testing concept came into the market 20 years back, because development is doing the testing because they are having the same mindset, but different mindset perspective is required to test it. Exhaustive testing is not possible. Sometimes due to time limitation, due to other issue, exhaustive testing is not possible. Suppose say your project is 6 months. Okay, so development team might take 3 months time to develop, testing team will require 2 months time to testing, and other 1 month for the other additional activity. But say development team already taken 4 months time instead of 3 months, right? But project cannot be extended. So what need to do, right? Testing team need to sacrifice or need to prioritize. Instead of 2 months, they will be getting only 1 month time, where they need to complete all the testing. So they need to do some analysis, and with the help of RBT, or called risk based testing approach, they used to adopt, right? Where they need to, in case they are having 100 test cases, they need to prioritize the test cases like 1 to 100 order. And in case they are having time, so they can maybe go with 70 test case top priority. So that way, right, in case exhaustive testing is not possible, they can go with the risk based testing approach. All the testing to be conducted before the implementation. Means after implementation, in case you are doing testing and finding bug, there is no point, guys, right? So you have to complete your testing before product went live. It follows the Pareto rule or 80-20 principles. Means 80% defect or the failure will come from 20% of the component. Means 20% component will be really critical, and from where majority of the defect might come. So as and when you'll be going to the testing, it does not matter automation, manual, or other. So you need to, based on your knowledge, based on your SME knowledge, right? You need to identify which of the application is really critical, where you have more fallacy or failure. Then you need to give more focus on this area, and definitely you can uncover most of the defect from this area. Start testing with small parts and extend it to large part. That is the reason testing you to start with unit testing, then functional, then integration, then end-to-end, like that. Early testing saves times and money. What does it mean by early testing? Means testing is starting from the requirement phase, so that any kind of requirement mismatch also, right, we can identify it and we can fix it. So any point of time, in case you are finding the defect and fixing them, means you are saving the cost and time. So early detection of the failure or the defect will definitely reduce the overall cost of the project. Then why automation testing? So as of now you already learned, right? The manual testing complex little bit, okay? But still manual testing, human being, we are doing it, right? So multiple persons can be there, but in case the project is not having that particular budget, right? So they cannot go with 10%. but manual testing might be 10% required. They can only give the budget for 5 to 6%. Then what can we do? So we have to go with some automation. Then only we can, right, reduce the effort. So manual testing is performed by the human being sitting in front of computer, carefully going through the application screen, trying various usage and input combination, comparing the result to the expected behavior and recording the observation. Okay, so that is the reason a lot of challenges will come in the manual testing. So I have tried to list it few of the key challenges like time consuming, incomplete coverage, higher chances of risk, maintaining project deadlines, manual regression testing as well. So time consuming means, right, they will take much time because we are doing manually only. Incomplete coverage, because because of the limitation of bandwidth or the time, right, you are going with only one operating system, one browser, right, so might be something can fail in the other operating system as well, other browser as well. Higher chances of risk, we are human being, right, there might be chances some mistakes or oversight, right, tester might get tired, they not be very attentive, and too many tasks to complete simultaneously, so something can be missed from our side. Maintaining project deadline, right, in case we want to meet the deadline, right, and we are not having sufficient time, so we cannot, right, test or certify the product thoroughly, rigorously, so there can be some challenges. Okay, then regression testing or data regression part, in case same thing we need to do it again and again and again, right, so manual intervention will record all the time. Suppose today development team already deployed their code, okay, and we are only two member peoples, we are having lot of tasks to complete, but still we have tested that and certified that, and again after right, after next day they are saying that again some problem has happened, again you need to do it, so you have to run the same set of scenario or test cases again and again. But in case you are not having the time, right, that will be a problem. But in case you are having automated it, so with the help of the automation tool you can do it. So these are the primary challenges where automation testing came into the market. So what is automation testing? So definitely we'll be running the scenario or the test cases. Here we'll be using some automation tool, framework and technology through which we'll be validating the expected and the actual result. Any deviation will be logged as a defect or error. So in manual testing, test cases are executed manually without any proper support from relevant tools. However, for automated testing, test cases will be executed with the assistance of one or more appropriate tool. Automation testing is more reliable as there is less chances of human error. In manual testing, users have to run test cases manually every time based on their need. Hence, it is time consuming. However, in automation testing, once scripts are ready, user can run them any number of times with different data combination, different browser combination, different operating system combination with minimal time. So the main goal of automation testing is to increase the test efficiency, increase the test coverage, and develop software value. A really strong set of test suites that are executed repeatedly each time a change is made to the code reduces the risk of issues leaking into the field. Automated test will help in finding the bug early in the software development lifecycle. Thereby, it will reduce the risk of delivering the faulty software. So automated testing can carry out the same step again and again and again with the help of the automation script. So you no need to just spend any manual effort. You just need to run the script and it will certify that whether your existing functionality also still working or not. Right? There are a lot of tools available. It can be some of the tool can be free tools, some of the tools can be licensed tool. With the help of that, you can do the automation testing. Automation testing initial time, right? Whenever you want to develop the framework, at that time you need to spend some additional effort, resources, or the cost. But once your framework or the schema or the bulletin is developed, right? Any number of test cases you can go with that automation framework. So initial time it will be, right, time taking or definitely cost will be involved, but that investment will pay off in the long term in terms of reduced workload, eliminating manual error, accuracy, and saving on cost and time. Then automation testing coverage. What are the area where we will be trying to automate it? So somebody asked that is it possible to automate 100%? The answer will be might be possible, but we will not go with 100% automation. Why? Because some of the area we are might have more and more challenges. To automate them, we might be require more and more time and might be complicated. And some of the area will be only running them, or those area will be just testing only 1 or 2 times. So there is no point of automating them. So before automation testing start, you need to think about two important things. One is called POC, which is nothing but the proof of concept, where you need to analyze which automation tool, which framework is really relevant for your requirement or customer need. Then you can start. In case you are not doing that POC, right, it will be really challenging down the line. After that POC or the proof of concept is taken care, then you need to analyze your ROI, which is called return on investment. POC is proof of concept and ROI is return on investment. Means you have to find out that whatever investment you are doing, are you returning anything in terms of investment? In case you are investing $100 and you are getting as an output as $50, so there is no point of investing, because in the real world everything is called business, right? So in case you are investing some amount or some cost, you are expecting that your overall return will be more than that. So that is the reason return on investment you need to calculate. So it should be positive and more than one, then only you should go with the automation. So how you will calculate it? Suppose say you are having 10 test cases. I am just giving simple example, 10 test cases. So 10 test cases, if you want to run it, 1 day will be required. 1 day, whole day. Okay, but if you want to automate 10 test cases, you might require 5 days. So you are just losing it, right? 4 days cost, you are losing it. But say in case those 10 test cases you need to run 20 times, so manually you need to spend 20 hours. But automation, through automation, skip development is 20 day, and skip development will be 4 day. Maintenance effort will be 2 days, same is giving, and to run those script you might need to spend 2 days. So total is your effort now 4 plus 4 plus 2. 4 plus 2 plus 2 means 8 day. But through manually 20 times it might be 20 days. So now you are getting the return. So that is the reason you can go with the automation. So the area where multiple times you will be using them, you will be repeatedly executing those scenario or test cases, you can should go with the automation. So that is the reason functional test suite, regression, especially smoke or sanity means whatever will be running every time, every build, right? Then the build deployment to validate or certify that whatever build developer is deploying, that is correct or not. Then end-to-end lifecycle validation and test data creation part. Sometime in the real time, some test data need to be created. Suppose say today I would require 100 data. So means with different combinations, same thing you need to repeat it. So definitely I can take the advantage of automation. I can run it for 100 times with different data. It will give me the data, whatever required, whatever to proceed. Then perform automation testing. For before automation testing, you need to certify that certain aspect. What are the aspects? Your POC is done, your tool is fine, you already calculated the investment, you already going the go ahead from the customer or the business or organization. Then you make sure that your requirement is stable enough. Your project requirement is stable, it is not getting changing anymore. Your application is stable enough, then you can go with the automation. Otherwise it will be problem. Requirement changes means again you have to update your code. Application problem, defect problem, you again have to update the code. So once your application is stable, your requirement is frozen mostly, then you should start the automation. Otherwise you should need to invest more and more time, and it will be time consuming. Your ROI will be less. So when requirement does not change frequently, steady software with respect to manual testing. Whenever there is a time crunch or shortage of time for testing activity, the project is very big, and project which is required to test the same functionality again and again. The key consideration before we are choosing any automation testing solution or tool or the relevant framework. What kind of technology we have to automate, right? Whether it's a .NET technology, with the backend technology, with the latest technology, with the cloud thing, all this stuff. Then you can choose your testing tools and your framework. And definitely you have to take the confirmation from the customer whether they will be, or the organization, that that tool cost they will be bearing or not, right? Then open source and the commercial license tool will come, where you have to find out whether you will go for the open source or the paid tool. So open source tools might have some limitations and challenges, whereas paid tools might have some advantage. But it cannot be like that, that with the help of open source tool I cannot do. Definitely a lot of nowadays integration is available with Selenium. That is the reason Selenium is still in the market. Whenever Selenium came into the market, right, it was primarily for the web based application testing. But nowadays with the Selenium we can do the Windows testing as well. So that is the way, right? The tool whoever is dominating the market, they are also changing their way or strategy. In case we are not changing the thing from anyone's side, right, they cannot sustain the market. So change is, right, everywhere, whether it's a human being, whether it's a company, whether it's an organization, everywhere. How much training is required for the implementation of the testing automation? So training is the key part. Why training is required? Because suppose say today I am a Selenium expert, but tomorrow I cannot guarantee that I can only work in Selenium. I have to work in the UFT, Tosca. So definitely I would require some sort of training to start with that, right? Does the tool match user current software testing process? Whether the tool is really capable enough for all the integration point? That is the next question will come. Then do I prefer in-house implementation, or do I want to outsource the test automation activity? Sometimes most of the organization industry is having their own tool. They can also try to use it. Sometimes they can go with some other tool, or sometimes they can give that complete automation to other third party company as well, right? So these are the consideration you have to choose, or you have to think about, right, before you are starting with the automation. Then automation testing lifecycle. So there are a couple of, just like STLC or STLC, software testing lifecycle or software development lifecycle, right? Automation testing planning, design, enhancement, test, debugging, and the analysis of the result will be there. So planning, whatever you'll be doing, the POC will be doing, right? They'll be doing the ROI, return on investment calculation. They'll be choosing the tool. They'll be analyzing the requirement, analyze the feasibility, analyze the application under test, whether it's a web based, whether it's a Windows based, whether it's a client server based, all this stuff, right? And then you will be identifying the test cases, whatever you can automate. Once everything is done, you will be going with the development of your automation test script with the relevant tool, relevant framework, and relevant programming language. So definitely whenever you will be creating the framework, so your main concept will be that you will be creating some component of the method which you can use them multiple times. You can create page library, and you can design step with the help of different element locator techniques. So I'll be covering in today's session that part. Then enhancement. So once your script is done, right, you need to enhance it so that it will give more and more benefit. So you need to insert the verification point. That is the main critical part. In case you are just navigating from one step to another step, that will not make any sense at all sometimes, because your objective is that after filling something, something will come and I need to validate it through automation script as well. Then I need to parameterize. Same thing I want to repeat it with different variation of the data. So parameterization and data driven testing. Then I need to handle the any kind of error. In case I know that this thing problem might come, I need to handle it, otherwise my script will fail and it will not run all our test cases. Once your development is done, then you need to debug them, right, run them, and you need to find out that any kind of error is coming or not. In case any kind of error is coming, you have to enhance them, you have to modify them. Then you need to run as per your requirement, as per your demand, and whenever you are running it, you need to validate whether it's a false failure or it's a real failure. In case of false failure, you need to analyze them, you need to rerun them, and in case of real time failure, you need to log with the defect, and then it will go with the defect lifecycle management process. And after that, you need to share the report, right, beautiful report, with all the respective stakeholders, that way. So one of the important thing right? Most of the automation project does not follow is called maintenance or enhancement. That is the reason most of the automation project fail in the real time. So today you are already developing some code, but in case you are not rigorously running them, modifying them, right, it will never work in the real time. Suppose that today you have developed 100 test cases, right? After that nobody is there to modify them. After 6 month time, right, you are asked to run those 100 test cases. You have given 3 days time or 5 days time, because those 100 test cases used to run only 1 or 2 days. You have given some buffer day, 3 days buffer. You have to run 5 days. You have to publish the report. But whenever you are running after 6 month time, you found that everything is failing, not because of defect, but the problem is that within 6 month time some requirement got changed, some page got changed, some field got changed, but you did not update your script. So at that time, whenever you want find that it might take 20 days to update your code, but you are having only 5 days. So in the real time, you cannot be able to run them. So that is the reason regular maintenance or enhancement of the script is really required. Otherwise, in the real time, whenever you need to run the automation script, you will not able to run it properly. I will take a pause before moving to the other topics, guys. So any specific questions from this topic, whatever I have covered? Are you able to get the things? I am going too fast. Is it fine? Yeah, Diksha. Yeah, requirement can be multiple things. It can be like SRS, software requirement specification, BRD, business requirement document, right? There are a lot of things in the form of your customer. So I mean, it will be primarily, definitely, it will come from the customer side, or sometime in case your organization is having their business analyst, right? They can develop on behalf of customer. They can interact with the product owner, scrum master, customer, SME, and they can develop it as well. So that will be your is POI or ROI. Yeah, ROI will be doing by the automation team only, not the manual testing team. Yes, right. No. Yeah, automation test lead or the automation test manager. Yeah. Because these are the thing, POC at the ROI will be primarily done by the lead, automation lead, not the automation team member. Yes. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yes. So that definitely, in case you are really working with your close lead or manager, in case you are really capable enough, there is no boundary that nobody can do it. Okay. But the expertise or SME knowledge is required to start with. Otherwise, that will not be accurate, right? And it will be giving wrong picture to the stakeholder. Mm. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Any more question before moving to the other part? Yeah. Yes, 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 yes. In the last four sessions, you'll be building the framework in the last four session. Yeah, I already mentioned we'll go with the ABCD, right? First 7 session, and then next 2 session will be developing the sentences, and the last 4 session will be developing the pages of the book. Okay. Yeah. Any more questions, guys? Are you able to understand the term and the like? I mean, whatever is covered here. Okay. 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 Thank you. Okay. Then the different automation testing tools, whatever is available in the market, starting with Selenium, is very powerful tool, free tool for especially web application testing. Provides multiple browser support, means multiple operating system, multiple browser you can test it. Then UFT or QTP. QTP is not, I think, quick test professional. Nowadays it is called UFT or unified functional testing. That is the tool, later rename, which is licensed tool, especially for the non-web application testing, and it comes with some lot of built-in object repository feature. RFT is rational functional tester. It support automated testing, especially for regression, GUI, and the functional testing. Nowadays, Tosca is came into the market, which is called codeless automation, but definitely you have to learn some code, otherwise it will not be able to go with a lot of functionality. So it is a powerful automation testing tool for functional regression testing. Silk, another tool, is also license based. Tosca is also license based. To Silk is also for functional regression testing, desktop, mobile, web application. CQL is a open source tool especially for the GUI testing. GUI means like the button, layout, pick color, all this stuff. Then SOAP UI, Postman, right? These are the primary tool for the API testing, where there will be multiple layer called business layer, data layer, and the database layer, where you can do the API testing. Then APM is the free tool also, which is integrated with Selenium, primarily for the mobile device testing, native app testing, or the mobile web application testing. Then TestNG, JUnit, these are the framework. JUnit also will be using for the BDD whenever we will be using BDD, and TestNG will be using for the other framework. But one good thing is that if you are continue the session, you are learning the JUnit, TestNG, and Java. So definitely you will cope up with the Selenium. But later point of time, in case you want to learn REST assured for API testing, so TestNG and Java knowledge will be required also there, and BDD knowledge also will be there. So you can learn REST assured API testing as well with minimal intervention of time. So architecture of the Selenium. So whenever Selenium came into the market, 2005 to 7 that time, so only Selenium IDE was there. IDE is nothing but called integrated data environment, which is a tool where record and playback mechanism was there. It was a Firefox add-on, but nowadays it's kind of obsolete. Nobody is using it. Then Selenium remote control came into the pictures market, which is first Selenium 1, which is the first Selenium tool that allowed user to use programming language in creating complex tests. After the WebDriver came, which will communicate directly to your browser, operating system, all this stuff. Then Selenium remote control and Selenium WebDriver merged in Selenium 2, 3. Nowadays Selenium 4 is also available. And Selenium Grid primarily for kind of distributed or parallel testing, means same test case, say I want to run in operating system, say Linux, say I want to run in Mac, I want to run in Windows, and I want to run in different browser like Chrome browser, Firefox browser, different other browser, Opera, all these browsers. So I can run it. Same test case I can run in multiple operating system, multiple browsers with the help of the Selenium Grid. So that kind of parallel testing I'll be covered in the upcoming session. Advantage of the Selenium. Why Selenium is still dominating the market? Nowadays, if I want to talk about the competitors, especially for the GUI related testing on the functional testing, Tosca, UFT is there. Then nowadays so many tools also came, okay, but still Selenium is really dominating the market. So because it is open source and free software, no licensing cost, it support multiple operating system, Mac, Linux, Windows. It support lot of programming language, Java, C#, Perl, Ruby, PHP, Python, JavaScript as well. It support different browser like Opera, Safari, Firefox, Chrome, then it uses very less hardware, and Selenium Grid support in parallel and distributed testing. But some disadvantages still there, so Selenium is still trying to rectify those disadvantages and try to upgrade it. Initially I already told, it was not supported for the Windows testing, but nowadays it's possible, okay, and some of the web services testing was not possible for using Selenium. Selenium WebDriver is requiring some sort of knowledge because it's an open source tool, so you have to develop the thing. Nothing is ready-made thing will be available, no object repository concept in Selenium, so you have to create the thing by your own. And in case you want to read and write with the external data sources like a database, Excel sheet, or the other thing, you have to write your own code, and you have to rely on some external library in the framework. These are the limitation or disadvantage was there in the Selenium as well. Then Selenium 4 component I told, but the more important thing is Selenium WebDriver. Nowadays version is 4 available. It support lot of browsers, lot of programming language like operating system. It is faster than the other Selenium component. It controls the browser by programming. It support data-driven and cross-browser testing. It support parallel testing with the help of the JUnit or test engine framework. Key differences of Selenium UFT. This is the very good two tools used in the market. Okay, but nowadays as Tosca and other tools came into the market, that is the reason, I mean, less usage in the UFT, but initial time UFT was dominating the market, or the unified functional testing. Previously name was QTP. Selenium open source. UTP is the license tool from HP. Selenium support different browsers. Selenium UFT support only Microsoft Windows. It support different programming language. Selenium UFT support VBScript. No object repository inbuilt for Selenium, whereas it was inbuilt local and share object repository. Reporting features were not available in Selenium. UFT it was there by inbuilt. Selenium primarily support web based, but it support desktop and web application. Selenium uses very less hardware. Nowadays everybody is using right 8 GB, 16 GB RAM, like 1 TB hard disks, right? So that is not a problem. But Selenium, in case even also less RAM, 1 GB RAM Selenium you can still work. But in case you want to work with the UFT, right, 4 GB RAM was minimal requirement. Otherwise the system will be slow, right? Whenever I started working in the UFT, maybe couple of years back, okay, so that time I have tried to install in my system, but I mean it was only 4 GB RAM, I think, and it was like really slow. So difficult to set up environment and use for Selenium, but it's easy to use and set up. Parameterization, you have to rely on external sources of the programming language, other library. For Selenium UFT, it is like built-in feature was there. As Selenium was free tool, so no reliable support, right, from any specific group was there. But here you are buying the license, right, you will be getting the support permanently from the HP. Then what are the prerequisites required to start with the Selenium WebDriver? That is the very interesting part. Okay, I'll just finish it, then we'll take a pause here. So first thing is that you require Java. Java here is called JDK, right, or Java Development Kit. So this is the path already given. From where you need to download it. So before that, you need to see what is your system configuration, right? So how can you see your system configuration? So you can select your computer, desktop or laptop. You can go to the properties, and you can see here what is your configuration, right? So it is a 64-bit machine for me. It is a Windows 11. So that is the two things required to understand first before downloading the Java, right? So this is the site. You can go here, oracle.com. Okay, this is the Java site, and then you can find, right, these are the lot of Java version available, right? It is for Linux, it is for Mac, it is for Windows. So in case you are using 64, most of the time 64-bit, so you can just click here, exe file will be there. You need to log in by your, you need to create some login to the Java site, then you can install it, right? Automatically you need to just do some steps, click, after it will finish it, it will take couple of minutes time. Once it is installed successfully from that particular part, right, you will find in your C drive. So this is the C drive, and there will be program files, and here you will find the Java installed. So if you click here, so I have installed two versions, JDK 11 and JDK 19. You can go with any version. In case you want to integrate with Jenkins, so you have to always use JDK 1.8 or 11. Other version does not support Jenkins. That is the reason I am having it to use Jenkins. But you can go with the latest version, JDK 19. Once it is installed, JDK or Java, then you need to set the path for this Java. Okay, so here I mentioned set Java home and path variable. So how can you set it? Again, you need to go to the my computer and properties. Just try to understand very thoroughly, guys. This is the configuration you need to do. Otherwise your script will not work. Then there is an option called advanced system setting. Then you need to go to the advanced tab. Then you need to click here environment variables. Then here you need to click new, and you need to give that name Java underscore home here. Underscore home. It is already set up in my system, and you need to give the path till that JDK folder. That path you need to give it and copy it and paste it here, and you need to click OK. It is already there. So that is the thing, Java home path. Then you need to go in the down system variable section and you need to select path variable. You need to click on edit, and here in the JDK folder you need to go till the bin folder, and then you need to copy the path till bin, and here you need to just simply add it. So it's already added here, right? You could see. Otherwise you can click new and then add and OK. So that is the two setting you need to do first. One is Java underscore home till the JDK path, and the path variable only you need to add till the bin folder path. So that is the first two setting you need to do. After that you need to see whether Java's setup is configuration is done or not. So how can you verify? Press Windows R. Press Windows R, right? And then type here CMD, which is command prompt, and then press enter. It will open the command prompt, and here type Java or a lowercase spacebar hyphen version. So here type it. In case it is already there, you would show like that, Java version 19.0.1 already installed. Okay, otherwise it will show that nothing is installed, no thing. So that is the first thing you need to do, Java setup for your desktop or laptop. Then Eclipse IDE package. So to run your code, any IDE is required. Integrated data environment, it can be Eclipse, it can be IntelliJ, like that, right? But here primarily for Java with Selenium, most of the time we'll be using Eclipse. In case you want to use for C#, right, you have to use the .NET, right, Visual Studio. So in case you want to go with Python, you have to use PyTest IDE. So that is the way it will different, but here Eclipse will be fine. So you need to go to that path. That is the path. Next one, already provided in the slide, and there you can go here, right? Eclipse IDE for Java developer, and based on your system, operating system, Linux, Mac or Windows, you can click here and you can install it. Okay, once it is installed, right, it will be automatically some kind of it will be created, right? Here you could see. Otherwise it will be set up in your system. You can type here once it is installed, called Eclipse. Okay, you could see Java developer 2022-09, that is the version I have installed, and you can click it here. So if initial time you need to set up some workspace. So if you open it, it will give you something called workspace where you are setting it. So you can set it any of the drive, and then you click on the launch, so it will be open, Eclipse IDE. So that is your second part. Third part is that you need to download the Selenium jar file. So why Selenium jar file is required or Selenium WebDriver is required? Because Selenium WebDriver is having some features. Here means lot of interfaces, lot of classes and lot of method. Right now no need to worry, I will cover everything in Java, right? So from where all the important method is coming, right? So suppose say today you are reaching to me, right? I am having some sort of thing, right? I am having the knowledge in Java and other stuff, and in the Java itself I know, right, maybe the collection from other concept, that is called the method. That is the way, right, you need to associate Selenium jar file so that all the relevant properties you can access it in your real-time usage. Otherwise Selenium related relevant features you will not able to access it, right? So I will go to that path, Selenium hq.org, that is the third one, and you can download. So latest version is available 4.7.2, but still less people, less organization uses 4.7.2. you can go with version 3 still. Okay, maybe after 1 year time, so Selenium 4 will be more popular, but now you can go with Selenium 3 because some problem might be there in the Selenium 4. Okay, so here previous release and releases, and then you can go with the latest Selenium 3 version. You could see you can just expand it for Selenium 3.1 4.59, and there you need to click here Selenium server standalone, that one. It will be zipped one, you need to unzip it and it will look like that. Okay, that way you can save it in your desktop, D drive and in drive. Okay. That is the third thing. Then fourth thing, whatever browser you want to do, primarily will be doing for Chrome and Firefox browser. So I need to download the relevant driver for the browser. So this is the site. You can go here for the Chrome diver, and this is the site for the Gecko diver or the Firefox. Gecko diver is Firefox browser. Chrome diver is for Chrome browser. So before that, you need to find out what is the driver browser version you are using. So that relevant version supported driver you need to download, otherwise it will not work. Okay, so how can you validate your browser version? There is a button, three dot right here. Click here, click on the help, and click on the about Google Chrome. So what is my version? 1.109. So it can change for your laptop or desktop. It can be 110 also. It can somewhere it can be 104 like that. So just check it 109, and I will go here, right? And here I need to download it for 109 only. Otherwise it will not work. So that one. In case you are downloading 110, it will not work because that is mismatch. So you have to download the relevant driver. So after the download is done, so it will be zip file. You need to unzip it only. So it will look like that, like Chrome diver and Gecko diver. Okay, exe file. So that is the 4 precondition is required. So I already done it. I already set up the Java, downloaded Java, set up the path for the Java. I already checked the Java version is also available. I already downloaded the Eclipse ID, right? I already open it also. I already downloaded the Selenium jar file. I already downloaded the relevant driver for the Chrome browser. So that part is done. So yeah, so I will take a pause before going to the other topics. So that is the 4 prerequisite you need to complete before starting with the Selenium script. Yeah, guys. Hmm. Hmm. You can download it, not be a problem. You can have multiple version. So you need to map only one version to your Java home, right? Yes. So that not be a problem. You can have 10 version, but only at a time you can only associate one version for the JDK folder. Yeah. Guys, are you able to get it? The thing, whatever is really required to start with. So that will be the challenging part, right? So that is the 4 thing. But if you just understand, able to understand, that will not be a challenge at all. So the once you are done with this 4 part, then you can go smoothly. Okay, I'll go the next one. Then we'll create some project, and then I will create some script. Then we will see how we can go slowly in the other area. Okay. So these are the 4 part. Prerequisite is really required. In case you are not having anything, it will not work at all. Selenium, for Selenium part, Java, any version, then Eclipse, WebDriver jar file, and the any relevant driver, right? Exe file for the relevant browser. Then you need to launch Eclipse. You need to create a new project. So after launching the Eclipse here, you need to click on the file, new, and Java project. So we'll be creating Java project now. Slowly also we'll be understanding how to create a Maven project. Okay, so Maven thing you're also learning in the upcoming session. But now for now, focus on the Java project. So Java project. Here you need to give some relevant name. Suppose say Selenium training plan. This is the project, right? And here you can select it here. Also you can select the version. Do not select more than 1.8, right? It will might be a challenge. Already after selecting 1.7 or 1.8, you can select here default. So based on your JDK version, and then you can click finish. Give the proper name. Select the checkbox for the GRE. Do not select more than 1.8, might be challenges. Okay, select 1.7 or 8, and then select here JDK. Based on your JDK, it will be there, and then click on finish. So project will be created. You could see here project is got created. Once the project is created, automatically Java related jar file, this is called JRE file, Java runtime environment, it is coming from Java JDK. So all the important library, methods, packages, everything will be associated automatically. So Java related thing you can access it now. And there's the SRC folder created. Nothing will be there in the SRC folder. This is called SRC folder. Then I need to create a package. So right click on the SRC folder, click on the new, click package. Say give something called training and click on finish. So you can remove that one, whatever default created. Then select that package, right click here, new and class. So I can give something called session 1 because today is session 1. And then here you need to select that main method, public static void main. This is really required for the Java project, otherwise your code will not run. In the Java I will cover that what is required, what is the important of each and every topics. Okay, so you need to keep the name and then you need to select that main method, that is called Java main method, because your program execution will start from the main method, right? Then you can remove that one, whatever is coming by default with commented part. Then just I want to write my some sample code, Java code normally, and I want to get something. So automatically I will here some console is coming where in case you want to print something, right, you can write your code and you can run it. So if you want to print something, you have to call system out.println method. So you no need to write everything, just write SYSO and press Ctrl and spacebar from your keyword. Control and spacebar at the same time. Automatically it will giving suggestion system.out.println method. This is the method coming from Java to print something in the console. And within the double quote you can type something. Suppose say my first Java code, right? 21st January 2023. So you have written one line code here in the main method. So this is your package, this is your class, this is your main method, this is within the double quote, right? Your main method will double quote and then again your class will also get into the bracket braces. Now you need to run your code. How can you run it? You could see there is a run button, right? Or otherwise right click and go with run as Java application. You could see that code is printed in the console, whatever you have written, means you are able to run your first code successfully after opening the Eclipse. So as of now I just installed Java and install Eclipse and I am running something from the Eclipse, but I did not integrate anything for Selenium as of now. So next thing, in case I want to access the features of Selenium, means the interfaces, classes and the method, I need to associate the Selenium jar file whatever I have downloaded here into the project, so that automatically on my classes packages will contain that one and all the relevant methods or other thing I can access it for any of the classes. So select the project, right click here, go to the properties, go to the Java build path. I am repeating again. Select the project, right click, go to the properties, go to the Java build path, right? Select the module path here and select here add external jars and click wherever it's located. So you could see this is the thing is coming and you can open and you can apply and close. Now you could see in the reference library section it is getting added, right? Selenium server standalone file, and if you expand it, lot of packages will be there, and if you expand any package, lot of interface in the classes you can able to see. So from where your all the method whatever you will calling Selenium, it will be coming. So now that package is applicable to your project, means in case you are multiple packages, multiple classes, everywhere you can access it, right? So that is the way you can integrate Selenium. Okay. So third step my third step is done here for the Eclipse. Then fourth step, I need to write some code to run my Chrome diver, right? So what we can do, I need to write some code. So say I want to open the Facebook page, right? I want to open the Facebook page automatically with the help of the automation script. So let's try to run some sample code especially for the Chrome browser. So here you need to remember couple of, here I can, that particular code I can comment it out. So in case it's single line, give double backslash. So automatically you could see the color is getting changed here, right, to the green color. Means that code is available, but the code will be, right, not be considered during execution. That is commented. That way you can comment out any code, any number of line of code. Code will be available instead of removing, but it will not play the role. That is commented out. So here you need to write something called system. If you press dot, okay, just write system with S caps, press dot, and then there will be a method called set property. Set property. You need to call that method. That is the line of code you need to give. Here there is a 2 argument you need to pass, right? First was the key and second one is the value. So here in case it is a Chrome browser, so it will be within the double quote, first one, WebDriver dot Chrome dot driver. So that is the constant part, and here you need to give the path of the Chrome driver whatever you have downloaded, right? So within the double quote I need to give the path. So I can, how can I get the path? So select the Chrome driver.exe file, right click, go to the properties, and this is the path, right? This is the location. So copy it and give the path here. So is it the correct path? Only you have given the location. Then again double slash. Then this is the file name, Chrome driver. Then what is the extension of the file? You could see this is the application type called .exe. So you have to give everything .exe, and then here you need to end with colon. Otherwise you could see some error is coming. End with colon. Okay. So system dot set property. So set property is a method coming from system. That is the class. That is a method. You could see, and the parameter key and the value. Return type, it is nothing returning. So here WebDriver.Chrome.driver, and here the complete path of your Chrome driver, wherever you are placing, it will be your path. Okay, so it is placed in my desktop. Chrome driver is the file name and .exe is the extension. Then I need to create an object or instance called driver for the WebDriver interface in the Chrome driver class. Right now no need to give any focus, just try to understand simply. It will be covered everything down the line. So in Java we cannot create an object or instance directly for the interface, but for the class we can do it. So WebDriver is an interface here. So I will be typing WebDriver, exact W will be caps, WebDriver. That is the interface which will be coming from the Selenium package. Then I will be creating an object called driver equal to new. Here I will be calling the class called Chrome driver. Okay. You need to give the bracket and you need to create it. So that is the way you need to create an object or instance for the WebDriver interface. But is the interface you cannot directly call it. That is the reason this is the class available in Selenium file. You need to use it. So you could see some error message is coming, right, with the red mark. So if you click here, your suggestion will be coming called Chrome driver. Sorry, it will be driver. Okay, some suggestion will be coming, right, to import the WebDriver. So from where it is coming, WebDriver? It is coming from the org.openqr.selenium package. so that it will solve the problem, because I am importing the WebDriver interface from the Selenium package I have associated, org.openqa.selenium. If you expand it, there is a package called org, right, .openqa .selenium. That is the package from where it is coming. You could see from where there will be interface called WebDriver. Okay, so you could see this here. This is a WebDriver class, but it is interface, because you could see this icon called I, right? I. For the other one, it is not, no icon I is there. I means interface. Otherwise, it will be class. The extension will be always .class format, but it is a interface because here is a I is there, I. And if you expand it, all the relevant method, it will be there in that particular thing. You could see these are the method will be there in that particular thing. Different method. From where the method will be coming. And now Chrome driver is a class. If you need to import that Chrome driver from the org.openqa.selenium.chrome. This is the other package, right? org.openqa.selenium.com. So you could see this is the WebDriver interface, right? WebDriver. So now your, why there's still error, import Chrome driver. New Chrome driver. org.openqa org.openqa.selenium.chrome. Yes, selenium.chrome. It's a Chrome driver class. But still it is throwing the error. Okay, let's see driver.get, and I can pass the URL whatever I want to automate. Let's try to run. Okay. I'm importing the Chrome driver. It's still having some error. Remove the unused import. Okay. Let's try to create one more project. New project, Java project. Okay, so here select that one only. Might be a problem with the Java JDK 19, might be a problem. Okay, next, then finish. Then I will go with the same way. New package, training, then session 1 class, main method, then I will associate the properties, add external jars, Selenium jar file, apply and close. Then I'll just copy the steps I've written. Yes, Yeah, you have to select that version 1.7 only, otherwise it might be a problem. Okay, so first you are setting the properties, then you are creating the object or instance for the driver, right, for the WebDriver interface. Same way, I have did it, so that project we can remove it. Okay, now I need to launch the browser. So there is a method called get. So that way, where you need to pass it, right? So before that, let's remove that one. I need to maximize the driver. So if you run that code, it will open the browser, but I need to maximize it because it will be open by default way, right? It will not be 100% maximized. So driver dot, so that is the object or instance I have created from the WebDriver. Now through this driver object, all the important methods I can call it from the WebDriver classes and the Chrome driver WebDriver interface and the Chrome driver classes. That is the concept, please remember it. WebDriver is the interface and the Chrome driver is the class. So this is the object through which I can access all the important method. Driver dot manage, you could see now. So this is the method, because backend is their method. It is coming from where? It is coming from WebDriver interface, and it will giving lot of options. Then dot again, you could see lot of options is again coming. This is called method. So driver dot manage dot window, again it is coming from the options, and then dot I need to maximize. Right now you can see this is the last method. It is coming from window. It is called return time, return type. It is called void. Means it will not return anything. It will just do the actions, but it will not return anything in the console. Means it is return type is void. Then I want to pass the URL driver dot get. You could see this is the method coming from WebDriver. What I need to pass? I need to pass something called string argument. Within the double quote, anything you want to declare, it will be string in Java. You can learn in the upcoming session, but these first two sessions will not be requiring much Java. That is the reason from the third session I will be starting the Java. So I need to keep the string argument, and it is return type is void. Again, it will just perform the action. It will not return anything. So here I need to pass the URL for the application I want to launch. Right. So that is my first code I have done. I have set up the property from the Chrome driver, right? From the Chrome browsers, I have created the object or instance for the WebDriver and the Chrome driver. I want to maximize the browser, and I want to pass the URL. I want to open the Facebook page. So that is my first line of code. Now if you run and run as Java application, yes, the version of the Chrome browser is not matching. You could see some error is coming. Okay, so what's the problem? Whatever file we have loaded, right, Chrome driver exe file, it is not matching. So I need to make sure that with that latest version I am having the browser or not from the Chrome driver. So I will going to that file location. So initially I did not change it intentionally only. So I will go here, that path, and what is my browser version? My browser version is 109. So in case you are not having the relevant version, it will fail the test cases. So you just go to the Google Chrome, and you could see the version is 109. It was updated only today. So intentionally I did not change it. So I need to download for 1.9. Initially it was less than that. So this is my table one. I need to copy. I need to go here. I need to go with that Windows. Need to select here, and there is a will be created. So I need to replace with the existing one. It will be, in case it is using, you cannot replace it. Cut and paste it somewhere, and like here I paste it, and then I want to copy it Chrome driver, and I want to paste it here now. So now it is replaced with the current version. Now if you running your code, like, you will be running successfully. So you can run it from here, or you can right click here and you can run as Java application. So that way your lot of code failure will be there, and these are the error will be coming. And then, so right now definitely you will not able to understand the what error is coming. So as and when you'll be walking slowly and you'll be going in depth of the Selenium, you can slowly understand that this is a reason of because of that reason, and you need to figure out the problem, and then you need to import the solution in your script. Now I will try to run it. You could see your browser started, and you could see Facebook page launch after maximizing it. So that way your code is working fine now. So whatever code, 4-line code I have written, it is working fine. So I have set up the properties for the Chrome driver, so that is the hard coded part. So in case similar way you need to go with Firefox browser, so you need to download the Gecko driver, right? So that is the Gecko driver I have downloaded here, and here you need to, what you need to change here, WebDriver dot, it will be Gecko.driver. Instead of Chrome it will be Gecko.driver, and here you need to give the path of the Gecko driver, and in here it will be same WebDriver interface, and here you need to change, instead of the Chrome driver it will be Firefox driver. So that is the two change you need to do, otherwise your script will still same for the other browser. Similarly for the Safari browser, otherwise same way. In case of Safari browser it will be Safari driver, and here it will be Safari.driver. Otherwise remaining thing will be same, so it will open the in the Chrome Firefox browser or the Safari browser. Otherwise lot of other remaining line of code will be still same. So that is the only change. So you can try by your own the Firefox browser. So same way, just try to see the version here. Suppose I opening the Firefox browser. So what is my version? Just click here. Right? Not now. And just go to the help and go to about Firefox. So what is the version? Again 1.0.9, and this is the path I already provided in my PPT. So you can go to the path. What is the path there? So this is the path for the Firefox. So 109, you could see this is the version you need to download, because you could see here you mention any version, right, which is above 106, you need to use that one, 0.3.2. In case it is a less than 1.0.4, you need to use the previous one. So this is the asset available, so you have to download for the Mac, Windows, right, that one for the Windows. In case it's Linux, .zip, like that. In case it is a Mac, you need to relevant. So for Windows you need to just click here and you need to just download, and you need to copy it in your whatever location you want to drive it, and then you need to change it. So WebDriver.Firefox, sorry, Gecko.driver, that is the path of the Firefox driver, and here you need to change WebDriver driver equal to new Firefox driver. Instead of Chrome it will be Firefox. Otherwise remaining thing will be same, and you need to import that relevant class from the relevant driver. Okay. So that part is done. We already created the project, we already set up the properties, right? We have already created the package and the class. We have associated the Selenium jar file to our project, right? And we have also tried to run some sample code to launch the Chrome browser and to maximize it and to launch some browser page. Similarly for that Firefox browser, you can just try with the same command. So few of the naming convention I have tried to list it out. So whenever you are creating any class, it should be uppercase always. Interface name should be uppercase. In case you are creating any method, it should be lowercase. This is the kind of coding standard from Java and Selenium. Any variable name, in case you are creating like driver, is the variable of the object, right? We have created. It is lowercase. Similarly, package also, this is the package created lowercase, class uppercase, method, sorry, I mean method will be lowercase. This is a method, right? Window, manage, maximize, and this is called object or instance or variable. It will be a lowercase. Okay. So before going to locator, we want to cover these two part. What are the important web page operation in Selenium WebDriver is available? Then we will go to the locator after covering this one. So we can get the title of the page. So what is the method available called get title? To return the title of the current browser, we can use get title. Similarly, get current URL, it will be giving the current URL of the focused browser, and get page source, it will be giving the page source, right, of the particular page. So let's try to get the title here. So I can print out directly with the help of the SOISO method. So driver dot get title, right? You could see it is printing the title in the console. Otherwise, I can call driver dot get current URL. Now you can see this is the method coming from WebDriver. What is the return type? It is called string. So I need to store in some string variable. Okay, other way. This is the two way. So string current URL, that is the variable, and that is the return type. Return type is called string. And then I can now print out that variable with the help of the SOISO method. So this is the two way. Directly I can print out, or otherwise I can store in some very relevant variable. This is called data type, this is called variable, and then I can print it out. So these are the different way, right? You can use that get URL or the get current title. Now it will run and it will let you know in the console that what is the current URL or the page or the current title of the page. You could see this is coming Facebook login or sign up. This is your title. So you could see this Facebook login or sign up. What is the current URL? That is the current URL. It is coming through here. It will print page title. So with the comment section I have written doubles. So it will not work, but it will able to get to know what is the comment. Print current page URL. Now if I want to comment out these three line, just select this three line. In case you want to comment on multiple line, go to source. There is an option called add block comment, so that multiple lines can be commented out a single source. Select all the line, select source, select all block comment. Automatically commented out multiple line. Otherwise you can give slash star at the starting line and ending line star slash. Okay. The web page operation in Selenium WebDriver. Then few of the important API commands available for a browser in Selenium WebDriver. So you already see get, right, through which you are able to navigate to some intended page. You are able to see manage.window.maximize to maximize the focused browser. Then we will see how to navigate from one page to another page. So we need to call navigate.to. Suppose say I already navigated Facebook page. I want to navigate to other page. Driver.navigate. You could see dot to. You could see here you need to void return type and you need to give some string. Suppose say I want to navigate to Google page instead of navigating to Facebook page. So you need to go here and you need to give the URL of the Google page. Right? Then I want to navigate back. Driver.navigate.back to the Facebook page again. So back. Then I want to navigate forward. Driver.navigate.forward. Then I want to refresh the page. Suppose something is not loaded. Driver dot. You could see this is already written here. Driver dot navigate dot refresh. If you type one or two, automatically all the suggestion it will be giving. Dot refresh. Again it is coming from the navigation means the WebDriver, and it is the return type is void. Right? Then I want to close the driver. So driver dot close. So it will close the driver after opening it. Now it will be too fast. You will not able to see everything. Let's run it. It will be too fast. That is called automation. Right? You could see it is very fast. right? And it is closing. So your everything is working fine. But if you want to show, see it, all the step, you can give some wait time. So in the real time, you should not use the thread.sleep, but for the navigation debugging purposes or the learning step, you can give something called thread.sleep. Thread.sleep. So it will wait the page for couple of seconds. So here you can give 3000 millisecond. That means it will wait for 3 seconds. And whenever you are using thread.sleep, so you need to surround with other tie catch block. It will coming from Java, or you need to give some exception. So you can use some exception, throws declaration. Okay, so I will be surrounding with some source declaration, so that automatic I can use multiple time. Here you can use exception. So right now no need to worry, just try to see how we can do it. So it will be covered in the upcoming session. Then you can copy that 3 seconds time everywhere, all the step, so that it will be waiting for 3 seconds every step, and you can see is thoroughly whether is happening or not. For every step is happening 3 seconds. Now if you running it, able to see. So it will be fast opening the browser, maximizing it, loading the Facebook page, wait for 3 seconds, it will navigate to the Google page, wait for 3 seconds, it will navigate back again, it will hack, right, Facebook page, again it will navigate forward to the Google page, again it will refresh the page after 3 seconds, again after 3 seconds it will close the browser, right? It is working. That is the way initial time you can use thread.sleep, but it is not recommended in the real time unless it is really important. Okay, so these are the another important topic I have covered. Okay, then I will go to here locator. Okay, locator is the very important, so I will take a pause here before covering the remaining topics today. So yeah guys, any questions? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Purpose mean it will forcefully wait your skip for 3 seconds, so that you can understand the navigation is happening or not, right? Otherwise it will be too fast, so you are not able to understand which step is following, right? That to visualize it, we just used to give the sometime your particular thing is not loaded, right? It might take some 1 or 2 second time, so you have to give, otherwise your script will fail. Yeah, thread.sleep, right? Yes. Suppose say if I go to the Google page here, if I type something, say ABC, it will take 1 or 2 second time to reflect the drop down. But in case I want to give that wait time, it will script will fail, because script will immediately try to action, not even wait for 1 second as well. Okay, so that is the few of the reason where we need to hard code that thread. Otherwise, in the real time, it should not do. Otherwise, your script will wait for that 3 second time everywhere, and it will overall delay the process, right? That is the way. Yeah. Other questions, guys? Yes, Sati. Yeah, yes. So suppose say even if you just change the path, right? Suppose say Dale 1 I'm giving. So the thing is that you have to associate first the relevant browser version. So you need to check what version you are using for your relevant Chrome browser, right? So this is my version is 109. So I need to download that 109 driver only, that 109. In case I am downloading 1010 or 108, it will not work. It will throw that it is path mismatch or other mismatch. So now the yes. Yeah, okay. So I'll be removing that driver. I'll be removing that package. So automatically again the error will come. Okay, you could see. I'm removed the package. Now there is a option called red color, right? Left pen. If you select it, automatically it will be giving suggestion. So import WebDriver from the WebDriver. One is done. One is already added here. It's part of package. Then another one. Import Chrome driver from this package. Now if you give del 1, so it will be throwing the error because the path is not correct, so it will not able to understand the driver. You could see, right? That is the driver. The different kind of error will come. Now if you change again, so it will work. So it will take some time to understand all the error. Slowly, as and when we practicing more, you can find out more and more trouble, and you can get to know. So that is the, I mean, there is no kind of hard and fast, but as and when you'll be gaining more and more experience, that kind of debugging skill you can enhance it day by day, based on the error, based on the thing, right? Sometimes you can type the error in the Google, and you can definitely get some solution. So that is the way generally is happen for normal way also. Yeah, yeah, you can do it. Okay, not be a problem. Microsoft Edge, anything. Yeah, yeah, similar way only. So you have to download the driver and it would just change it for the Edge only. Here it will be okay only, and similarly it will be Edge driver. Otherwise same, no change. So initial part will be challenges, guys. Okay. So just try to do the setup same way. Just go through the video in case I'm finding any difficulties. Right. Just try to check that one. So similar way you can just do the setup. Any other questions before proceeding? Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah, then just you can just change. I mean, update that configuration only. Otherwise, no error, no worry. And in Java, any version after 1.8 will work with Selenium. Hmm. No, I use little bit IntelliJ, but I don't think that any major difference will be there in the IntelliJ as well. Same way it will work. Yeah, 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 yeah. Hmm. Okay, we'll go to the remaining topics here. So next one, as of now, we have understand how to launch the browser, how to maximize it, how to write forward, backward, refresh, quit the browser. But are we able to do any operation on the web page? Means are we able to identify anything in the web page? Suppose say here in the Facebook page after launching the page, I want to add something here, I want to add something, I want to add something. Is it possible? No, as of now we did not learn it. Now I want to learn them. So in the any of the web page there will be lot of elements will be there, right? So the element locator can be termed as an address which will identify a web element uniquely within the page. So locator are the HTML properties of a web element. Element locator will be common across the browser. It does not matter whether you are opening in Firefox, Chrome or Edge. It will be common, fixed. So there can be huge number of elements available. It can be checkbox, radio button, WebEdit box, link, hyperlink, image, table. But we need to first identify them. After that we can perform the relevant operation. So what are the element locators available in Selenium? And how you can earn? So there are primarily 8 element locators available in Selenium 3 version. ID, name, class name, tag name, partial link text, link text. In case nothing is working, then we need to go with CSS or XPath. So this is the very big one, CSS and XPath. So there are plenty of way. In case you are nothing is working, so you can create your own customized CSS or XPath. Okay, so that is the syntax. Driver dot find element by ID means element locator, any element locator, and then corresponding value through which you can identify the element. So how can you inspect the element? So you need to go to the web page. You need to press F12 button, F12 from the keyboard, F12 button, right? Automatically you are able to see something is coming here, and there is a options available called, that is the inspector thing. You can need to select here and need to mouse it hover, right? You could see in the right span something is getting changed, right? So now after opening the page I want to enter something in the email field. So you could see now these are the properties of this field. So how can I get all the properties in a notepad? Copy the element and open a notepad, and you can get the details. So you could see this is called tag name, means that is the tag name. and this is the type, that is the class, that is the name, right, that is the ID. So you cannot go with other element type. So it should be matched with either ID, name, class name, tag name, link text, partial link text, CSS and XPath. And definitely with this thing, you need to uniquely able to identify it. Otherwise it will not work. In case you are having 10 element, same name, then which thing it will find? It will go with the first one by default. But in case you want to interact with the third or fourth, it will not work. So tag names generally works for getting all the element. Right? In case you want to get all the links, all this stuff, that is the reason tag name will be used. Otherwise, you need to identify the element uniquely through this different element locator technique. So in case it is a right in edit box or checkbox or the other thing, it will be tag name will be input. In case it's image, tag name will be src or img. In case it's a link or hyperlink, tag name will be a anchor link. In case it's a table, tag name will be td, right, tr, all this stuff. In case it's image, img. Okay, so that is the way tag name. You could see it starting with a anchor tag, and this is the text. No ID, no XPath, nothing is there, only text is there. So in case it's a link or hyperlink, you can go with link text or partial link text. So why link text and partial link, two things there? So link text means you have to give the complete link name. Partial means sometime a particular link name can get changed. Maybe two components are there, one component might change every time. So you can go with partial link text for the static component, and dynamic component you can completely ignore. So that is the way. Let's try to identify this field, email field, and let's try to enter some value here. So there is an ID available called email, right? So with the help of that, I will be identifying it. So driver.find element by.id ID name, and as is a text field, I want to enter some value, so I need to call the relevant method. So let's comment out this part. So let's identify the element driver dot find element. You could see automatically method is coming. Find elements will be triggering a lot of element, whereas this element is interacting with only single element. Then by press dot, automatically all the element locator will come. ID, you need to give the string ID. What is the string ID here? We have captured email. That is the element locator ID. And this is, it's a text field, so I can, if you press dot, all the method will come, right? You could see send keys, through which I can send some value. Suppose say Haradhan 123, because this is string, will be double quote. So that is the way, with the help of the ID I can interact. Next, password field, I want to enter some value. So you could see ID is there, name is there. With the help of the name, I will identify. What is name? Pass. So I will be here, going here, driver dot find element by dot name. So these are the only 8 element locator technique. Only you can access it, no other thing. Otherwise, you have to go with CSS or XPath. So in the next tomorrow session, I will be showing it how you can create your own XPath or CSS. So by dot name, what is the name we have given? Okay, dot send keys again. If you want to enter some value here, like anything, any password, you can give in the double quote. Now you can run your code, and you could see how this code will be interacting, identifying the element first, and after that will perform the operation whatever you want to do through the script. It will open. You could see the email and ID, password ID is entered. You could, if you click here, you could see that is the thing is getting entered, whatever you have written. So that is the way it will interact. So now I want to click on that link. So how can I interact? So I can, in case link, let's see what are the different element properties available for the link. So you could see no ID, no class, nothing is available, only the text is available. So I can go with link text or partial link text. So in case partial link text, you can give the partial part. It is a link text, you need to give the complete path. So I will go here, driver dot find element by dot link text. So I need to give the complete link. In case you are giving partial, so you can give any partial component, whichever is unique throughout the page. Dot click operation, because link I will be clicking here. Now you could see So it will enter the value and it will click on the link. Okay, it is clicking on the link, you could see. So your script is working fine through it that way. Now if you want to go with the other, right, suppose say by CSS or XPath, so default way you can get it. So you need to click the three dot and there will be options called copy and you can get CSS. This is for CSS and this is for XPath. So this is the default one, but we generally should not take the default one. It might get problem in the real time. So just I can show you for sample copy XPath. So here I can suppose say instead of ID I want to go with XPath. So by dot XPath, and I have already copied the XPath, so I'll be just pasting it. Okay, and here I need to enter again, give one bracket dot send keys. So this time I want to give something called test1 like anything. Right? So now with the help of XPath it will still work. But XPath might be challenges sometimes. So that is the reason we need to create our own XPath. You could see we have copied the XPath but it is not working. So that will be problem. So tomorrow's session I'll be showing how to create our own customized XPath. Sometimes it's not be working and what are the different kind of XPath is there. So I'll go with that. Last one. Okay. So if you want to go with partial link text, say dot partial link text. So here maybe we can remove that one password part. So still it will might work because forgotten is the unique one here. How can I identify the unique in the page? So you can go here in the page, right? You can press Ctrl F and you can type here something, right? You could see forgotten is one of one, right? And with the help of the name you can able to highlight the element in the left pane. 131.52.15 something is coming and it's unique, one of one. So that is the way, means if that forgotten word is only unique. So with the help of the partial link test you can go with that. The other part will be covered here in the XPath CSS and the tag name in the upcoming session, but these are the element locators available in Selenium. Okay, it's still working with the help of the partial link text. So these are the element locator. So driver is the object or instance of the WebDriver, whatever you're creating. Find element is the method name. By is the predefined class in Selenium. ID is the element locator. ID, name, class name, tag name, link text, partial link text, CSS and XPath, and this is the corresponding string value of the value. This part already covered. Then today we will see what are the different operations we can do with the WebEdit box and the link. So already you could see that maybe you might be surprised from where send key is coming. So send key is the method through which you can enter a value in the editable text box. So you already see here, right, send keys. So now let's try to comment out these two lines as well. Now say this for that particular element, right, email field, I want to interact with multiple operation. So what I need to do, I need to copy the same line of code and I need to just copy the paste because that part will be common, right? But generally we will not be doing that way. What we will do will be creating a web element, right, and variable. So web element, what is the variable? Email field, email text, that is the variable I can create, right? Now you could see, sorry, error is coming here because web element is a class available in Selenium WebDriver. So I need to import the relevant package. So org.open.selenium. So this fixed part I want to define some variable. Return type is web element. Now I can interact with that one. So if I want to see whether the first thing, what are the operations I can do it, first I will validate whether field is displayed, text field, whether it's enabled. After that I can enter some value, then I can clear the value, then I can again enter the value. This is the operation I can do for the WebEdit box, right? So let's try to do that way. So I will check first dot is displayed. So what is the return type? It is coming from the web element class. Return type is boolean, means either true or false. Similarly, I can check after displayed, I can check whether that particular field is enabled, then only I can enter the value. In case it is disabled or read only, I cannot enter. So it will be also text only. Then I want to enter something, right, with the help of send keys method. So these are the important thing already written here. So I want to send key something called test, like that. Then I want to clear the value, dot clear. Then I want to again enter some value, dot send keys. Right. So now let's try to interact. Let's give some thread time, otherwise it will be too fast. Dot sleep. Let's give 2-3 seconds, so that it will wait, then clear, and then enter the new value. Okay, you could see after that is clearing the value, it is taking the new value. So that is the way you can clear the value in case something is entered, right? Then last one of the important attribute or the method is called get attribute for the text field or WebEdit box. So through which you can get the different attribute value. So here these are called attribute. So type, class, ID, and these are the corresponding value. So sometimes if you require that what is the corresponding value, if to store and validate, then how can you do it? So there is a method available called get attribute. Right? Let's comment it out. Suppose say I want to get something called attribute, then that field dot get attribute, you could see it is return type will be string coming from web element, where you need to pass something's argument. What the argument you need to pass? This is the type, this is the attribute type, and this is the corresponding value will be printed out. Suppose I want to print class, it will print it out the class value. We want to print it out the other thing, right? Suppose if we want to print out the type, if I want to print out the ID name, I can do it. So that is the one of the important method available. So these are the attribute, and corresponding value will be displayed by the help of that attribute. If I want to data hyphen test ID, so that is the attribute, corresponding value will be printed. Now let's run it. You could see first one is class. So what is the class value? Input text, then 55RL6LUY, right? It is printed. Then what is the type of the field? Type of the field is text. Then ID name email. Then what is data hyphen test ID? It is royal hyphen underscore email. It is also coming. So that is the way, right? You can interact with that email text, any kind of text field or WebEdit box. These are the different operation. Through get attribute method, you can get the return type of the you can return the object type, or get is displayed will let you know whether it's displayed or not. The element is enabled will let you know whether the element is read only or editable. You can clear the value with the help of clear method, and with the help of send keys you can enter the value in the editable text box. The next one is the last topic for today. Similar way, you can go with the link text, right? For the link, you can check whether it's enabled, displayed, and then you can click it. So first you will check displayed, then it will check enabled, then you can only click it. So instead of that way, right, we will see here. Here I will first take it here. So say forgotten password, forgotten password link. That is the way you can create the variable. So divert.find element by dot link text. And here you can give the link. So what is the link here? I can take it from here. Double click here, automatically it will be copied. Just go there and double click. So here I will be pasting using the double quote because it's string, and then I will be storing it in that text field. Need to give one more bracket. Now I already got the variable, then I can print it out, whether to check whether it's displayed fast. Then I can check whether it's enabled, then only I can click it, right? Otherwise it will be, and anyway it will be fail. Dot is enabled, then I can click here, dot click. So that is the way in the real time you'll be creating the variable first and then you'll be doing the different operation, because the same variable, same object can be used multiple times. So we will try to automate the process so that, right, any kind of change I will update simply here, so that my object automatically updated, element reference automatically updated everywhere where it is getting used. You could see if you click here, automatically it's highlighting all the places where it is there. So that is the way our main objective to create the reusable component as much as possible, so that that component can be used anywhere, and it will definitely save the cost and effort at the end of the day. It will also reduce the problem, reduce the error, right? And whenever if you want to debug it, it will be very our easiest way. It will be more useful. Now if you just go here, run your code, it will display the result in the console, the boolean value for is displayed or enabled. It will be definitely true both the times. Otherwise, how can you click here, right? After that you can click it as well. So it will be printing that thing here in the console, true and true boolean value, and it is clicking here. So that was the last topics. I'll reiterate one more time before closing it, then we can take any questions. So there are a lot of testing starting for the software testing is nothing but to validate the expected and the actual outcome of your product or application or package, starting with unit test, functional integration, end-to-end regression, and non-functional acceptance testing. So in case you are having some error, right, might be fault, but you are not rectifying the fault, it will be failure. Some of the important thing because of the error might come where human being, miscommunication, complexity, technology, environment condition. Software testing principle, it will be independent team, right? All the testing should be performed before the go live. 80-20 Pareto analysis, 80% defect will come from 20% error. Early testing will save the cost and the money. Sometime risk-based testing can be conducted, right? And automation manual testing challenges is time consuming, coverage is missing, high chances of error or risk, right? We are unable to meet the project deadline, or manual regression might be challenging or tedious. So that is the reason automation testing come, so that with the help of the relevant tool, framework and technology, right, you can try to automate primarily the functional regression, smoke or bool validation sort, along with the test data creation part. After our environment is stable enough, your requirement is stable enough, right, for the big project, for the project wherever we'll be using the same functionality. So before for that we need to do the proof of concept or the study, analysis study, doing the ROI, then we can select the tool, right, and then we can develop the script, we can enhance the script, we can debug it, find out any kind of challenges, and we can, right, run them actual time, and we can any fallacy we can log as a defect in the test management tool. There are a lot of tools, free tools, license tools available. So based on your customer organization demand, right, we can go with the free or license tool. There are 4 components: Selenium ID, record playback, Selenium RC, and Selenium WebDriver integrated to Selenium. And nowadays 4 version is also available. Selenium Git for the primarily for the parallel or distributor testing. There are some advantage, disadvantage as well. So 4 is the 4 important things required. First, you need to set up the Java, right? Java deployment kit, JDK, and you need to set up the path. You need to install the Eclipse. You need to set up the workspace. You need to download the Selenium jar file. You need to download the relevant jar driver for the Chrome browser, Gecko, Firefox or whatever browser you want to do, Edge, Safari, anything. You need to open the Eclipse. You need to create a project. You need to create a package. You need to create a class. You need to associate your Selenium WebDriver to your class, to your project. Then you need to set up the properties for the particular driver. You need to create an object or instance for the WebDriver interface using the relevant class. You need to maximize it. You need to pass the URL. You can close it, right? And then different element locator is available, right? ID, name, class name, tag name, expert CSS. Okay, you can get the title of the page, URL, and current URL and source code as well. and you can do some API operation, means you can navigate to other page, back, forward, refresh and quit the browser. And these are the different methods important available to deal with the especially WebEdit Box and then the link. So that's all from today's session. Thank you.